come back from Mount Sinai to tell you that I am going to, Yah is going to destroy you on the golden calf. And if Abraham is with you, he too will die.
Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Because the scripture said there is a way that seemeth right. Do you know how many people that are staying home today because they don't believe what I'm teaching? Do you know how many people that will not come to service on Shabbat because what I'm teaching is being refuted? But I'm glad that on the day of judgment, what I taught will be revealed to you once more. It shall come across the screen. You'll see me standing, and Yah will ask you the question. Yah will ask you the question: who art hinder you from obeying Torah? Woo. Hallelujah. Oh, hallelujah. Oh, Lord. Yah says to Joshua, you know, even before you took over leadership from Moshe, that you know that before I took you out of Mizraim, I told you that anyone who stands before you, you will run over them. And now you come to ask me, why did you lose the war? And Joshua got up and began to cry. Yah said, wherefore cry thou before me? You know something has to be wrong in the stop blaming Torah. Search the homes of the people. My Ruach, help me this place. Oh, Ruach Yahuwah. The scripture said that Joshua went home and called the captains and he said, line up the tribes according to the order of Yah. All Yehuda with the and send some that they can who we are going to find who is causing us to lose. Hallelujah. There is an absolute pattern in the Hebrew Israelite, a pattern to blame Moshe when you don't see and get what you want. Isn't it true? Why didn't you allow us to die in Mizraim? They said, isn't that true? We can't even find food to eat it because of you. Help me, Ruah. And they blame Yah and blame Moshe for everything. Poor Moshe got so burdened that when he stood between the mountains and the Red Sea, it's good sometimes when folks turn against you. Because I learned a long time ago not to be so closely knitted to you that I can't see Yah. It is your behavior that allows me to always look to Yah rather than looking to you. Oh, you're not now. Because Moshe was left, and the scripture said, and he turned his eye and looked to you and said, what do I do now? The people are here, the mountains are hither and thither, and the ocean is before me, and you caused me to do this. Scripture said when Moshe did that, that's exactly what Yah wanted. Yah said, Moshe, you see the behavior of the people? It's exactly why I have them here. Tell them to stop. Be still and see the salvation of Yahuwah. Sometimes we would have seen Yah only if we would have kept our mouth shut. Let me say this again. Every one of you that think I am out of place when I preach, you are just like the stiff-necked forefather. Oh, man. I said everyone who believes that I shouldn't this and I shouldn't that shows me that you're a Hebrew Israelite. Because the pattern of Hebrews is to be rebels. One that shake the timber according to the healing. Miriam was so useful. She felt that if she get her little group to her brother Aaron and talk against Moshe, that it would have broken. Yah said, I'm going to put leprosy upon you. I come to warn you in Jamaica today that this sermon that I am preaching will be held against you. Leprosy is at your door. And I didn't expect you to say hallelujah. Because you cannot say hallelujah if your mouth has spoken evil. You see, I know you agree with the first part of the sermon. But as soon as the barrel of the gun, but I love the spirit of David. Yah said to David, David, you know I love you. All the war that you have been fighting, I was with you. But stop, and you tell your captains to go through Israel and number the army that you have. Because you want to take splendor. Some of us are so mature that we know when we hear a voice, we know when it's Yah from and when it's not Yah. Hello? Mighty Yah. I feel like preaching this day. And I feel like taking time to do it too. I said some of us are so persuaded in our own mind that a pastor doesn't have to tell you when to. You know. We have a pastor in the Ruach saying. Then we have a pastor that says, well, the old prophet told the young one too. Yah, tell me to tell you to eat. And the young one didn't realize that every prophet that disobeyed Yah wants one to follow him. And the old prophet know that Yah was done with him. And because he don't want to be lonely on the day of judgment, he sent a message to the young one and say, eat. And the young one said, I can't because Yah said I can't eat. And he said, eat because I am a prophet too. He said, when Yah give you a command. The scripture said, when he died and they brought back the word that the animal ripped the young prophet apart and the donkey stood by and the lion would not touch the donkey because Yah have nothing against the donkey. And when the old prophet heard it like an old son, let me tell you, when folks are leading you apart from what Yah put you under, they're looking for somebody to follow them to hell. Let people walk by themselves. And mom, you know what the old prophet said? He said, go and bring his body and bury him. And when I die, bury me beside him. We are both going to the abyss of hell together. Let this sermon today be a sermon in your life. When Yah puts you under the voice of a shofar, listen. Let me tell you something about a shofar. It is a piercing sound. Isaiah 58. Sound the alarm. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound the piercing alarm. Show my people their transgression. Not ask them did they do wrong. Show them they did wrong. Oh, you didn't get what I'm saying. Can I be real with y'all? My mother is a warrior. My father was a warrior. And when they speak, when they preach in the home, whether we like it or not, we have a long trace from my first brother to my last brother. We develop the habit of hearing and listening to their voice. Because there is a bracha that go with obedience. And so when we come in the house of Yah, we associate what we learn from home with what we should adapt to at the assembly. And so when we go into the assembly, the sermon was not strange. Oh, can I talk to you? I said when we go in the assembly, the teaching was no different. The problem is you have one rule in your home. And Torah teaching become inferior. And when Torah become inferior to what you have at home, there will always be a tug of war. Always a tug of war. Should I listen to my mother and go rub up with certain oil? Should I listen to my grandma or my grandfather and go buy parchment paper? Should I go to the sorcerers? Because I heard that somebody was getting crazy and they healed them. Let me tell you, if my brain is gone, tie me down, but keep me from witchcraft workers. Oh, you don't hear me. Oh, I said, if my faculties have left me, tie me down with rope, and when my breath is gone, cover my shame and put me in the grave, but bury me with Torah. Sarah, I said, if my faculties are not together, tie me up because I'm just a man. Take my tallit and rub on my mouth that I won't say foolishness because my faculties are God, but bury me in Torah. It will never happen because the scripture says mark a righteous man, because the end of the righteous man is shalom. I am only trying to reference because Yah watch over us. But I'm talking like the Hebrew boy, even if Yah doesn't come. We sell out. Sell out. But this is the day. You know what I love about the day of trumpets? Trumpets mean we are not right. But Yah said, blow the shofar again and give you 10 more days. Ooh. He said, blow the shofar one more time. That's why it's called Yom Kippur, a day. Blow the shofar that people may come and hear the voice. The scripture said, if the watchman do not warn, the people will perish. Hallelujah. I hope I'm not disturbing our viewers on Periscope. But I want to lay this in your lane. YouTube. It's YouTube. There is no Periscope. But I want to say this, and I'm blaming every one of you why there is no Periscope. Listen. Periscope is good, but we're on YouTube as well. It failed. So it's not your fault. No, sir. You don't want to get fired.
No, sir. It's not our fault. Not our fault.
So that because you tell me, should I? You're not going to get whipped now, so I'll wait until later, then I prove. Anyway, but Yah do not want us to walk. Scripture says you can rise early and sit up late and still end up eating the bread of sorrow. I will not sacrifice my life for any family members. That I leave my home and come in the assembly of the righteous and then die and become a disgrace. But Yah is our refuge and strength. Hallelujah. I don't understand. I don't understand how we could get a word. And when you go home, you have flea market. You know, it's a flea market, the day is done and the day is over. It was $1 a pound early in the morning, but I'm giving away 10 pounds over 99 cents. You just sell out what you come to. Oh, you have a flea market and you sell out all that you have deposited in your life. I'm going to sell out what Apostle teach before I did sex. I'm going to sell it out because I live in my family house. I'm selling Torah. I'm selling the sound of the Shofar only because I have to do what my mother said. There's an old song that people used to sing, or that we used to sing. Said the preaching of the good news soon be over. They used to say the preaching of the gospel. But I said good news. They said the preaching of the gospel soon be over, soon be over, soon be over. And if you think for one moment that I will be beating my stomach night and day and night and day and night and day, without you being accountable, sadness. Thou art inexcusable. Oh man, whatsoever a man talk, that you shall reap. Whatsoever you say in secret, you shall reap the benefit. Thou art inexcusable. Oh man. We have problems with church. We don't have problems with women. We don't have problems sleeping with people who are sleeping with other people. We don't have problem eating with people who are mixed up. We don't have problem eating from partners cooking unclean food. We don't have problem dining with our mothers and fathers that all they eat are days unclean food. And we have no problem with that. But when we come in the house of Yah, we determine what's right from wrong. Who told us that we could get away with such atrocity? Scripture said in the words of Solomon, rejoice and let your heart cheer you. I want to say this to you, that a lot of us don't even understand that the assembly, the literal sanctuary with that house, the assembly, should not even be built next to other people. Because our business is not their business. And if the truth be told, they shouldn't hear what their people are hearing. They could hear the good news of salvation, but they don't understand Torah. They don't understand Shofar. They mock Shofar. So when you take a Shofar sound into you and you go home and wrap up with even, you take the sanctified thing into you and go home and mix. You shouldn't hug up people that is rubbing up with voodoo oil. Oh, you shouldn't be going to people and you know some of those people are not right. You shouldn't be mixing. Here is the shofar. Let this day be a day of warning. I blow this shofar to you. We shouldn't even be next door neighbor, because set apart people mean move apart, live apart. Because Yahweh is set apart. So you are royal and you are set apart. You are not. Listen here. Don't be sitting looking at me as if you are set apart. If you're set apart, you couldn't mingle with the pagans you live in. You want to be set apart. I know it's hard to deal with me, but it's not me you should worry about. It's Torah. Let me say this again. It's not me that is the problem. It's these two things. Torah and the Ruach. Because I am only a servant of the Most High. Nothing that I said can you rise before me now and say is my word. Nothing that I am teaching can you say that it is Rabbi Moshe. How you call me by my pagan name, Babylonian name, Derek Governor. You cannot rise and say it is Torah to be wrapped up with unbelievers. Because we are set apart. We are people of the Most High. And if we are set apart, we must look apart, live apart. I remember in the old days when I was growing up, when a man lived with a woman, and when she gets saved, she called him and tell him she ain't coming home tonight. She's going to sleep with her mother because she gets saved. And the man said, but we have 3 children together. She said, I know we have 3 children, but I am now saved. Men used to call his woman and said, baby, I know we have 4 kids together, but until we get married, I am going to sleep at my brother's house. Because people had then a living conscience. You see, Torah and the Ruach HaKodesh, it is the 2 wings of righteousness. Messiah said in John 4 to the woman, the Shunammite, the Samaritan woman, Mashiach said, you know, I know you're religious. And the woman said, I'm glad you know that, because we keep the feast days. Messiah said, oh yes. And she said, because we worship in the mountain. Look, there go our synagogue. You read from the Jewish Talmud and you read from the Tanakh. We read from the Septuagint, which is the same thing. Our father is Yehoiakim, and your father is Yehoiakim. In fact, the well that we're sitting on is Yehoiakim's well. Messiah said, but you know what you say is true. But the tribes were lost which means you are really cut off. So all the worship you worship, you are not really under covering until the last sheep is found. Because salvation cannot be found unless it's through the tribe of Judah. And the woman said, what do you mean? Messiah said, but my Father seek those who may worship him. He seek what? He seek what? No. My Father seek worshipers. My Father seek what? He didn't say my Father seek worshipers. He did not say my Father seek worshipers. Because we love to bow. We love to worship. We love to talk in tongues. Because we are persuaded by talking in tongues and skipping that we are kosher, that we are righteous. But he said, my Father seek true worshipers, that they who are now going to worship, they who are now going to keep the feast of Shofar, must know worship. In what? In Torah and in the Ruach HaKodesh. In Torah means the voice of Yah, and in the Ruach HaKodesh, in the Holy Spirit. Can't be one-sided. Because too much Torah without the Ruach make you dry up. Hallelujah. And too much Ruach without the Torah and the feast day make you a tongue-talking demon. Oh! Make you skip in church and speak in tongues and go home and live with demons and still feel right. And no vessel that is unclean can really carry the Ruach. Oh man, I want to talk in this way. I said, no vessel that is chosen and set apart can the Ruach abide in. Fake tongues, fake spirit. When I was a Christian, I used to talk, yes. Because when we were Christian, you didn't prove nothing by the word. What people say goes. But no, the scripture says, search for the old path, and when the finest walk therein. I am not knocking anybody, but let me tell you something, because we are all coming from the roots of something, whether Christianity or Muslim or something. But now that we find the truth, we are to conform to the righteousness of Yahuwah. And the scripture said in Romans 1, Romans 12, I believe, that we ought to be translated. I don't care how the people in your neighborhood skip and speak. Hebrews don't watch tongues. Hebrew abide in Torah. So I don't care if the walls of the church in your neighborhood is swelling with people. That's tradition. Messiah said, but the hour, not the day, the hour is come when Abba Yahuwah see not worshipers, because we are good worshipers. True are Torah worshipers, that they may worship him, not departing from Torah, but while they hold up Torah, they recognize that the Ruach HaKodesh is the New Testament Torah. And you need, the New Testament Torah to propel you to hold up Torah. In other words, you do not divert from the teaching of the truth. It make you feel complete by talking tongues. In Israel, you're right by keeping Torah. Man, I lose it just now. show you how messed up we are. You could live with any demon and go to a Christian church and you're the best friend to the pastor. And your husband is a homosexual, because a lot of that happened. And your husband is a witchcraft worker, he's a sorcerer, and the pastor knows. And your daughter got to communion, and your first son is a Catholic, and your husband is this, and you are the best friend to your pastor. Because there is no requirement. In Torah, the baby and the breast must be Torah baby. Talk to me, Sister Leah. I said the baby and the breast, the milk must be so Torah oriented that the baby learn Torah from the milk and the breast. From the babies in the womb is Torah. Oh, people said, my dad was so much a Hebrew, even though they said G-O-D. He walked past his brother's house in the morning and said, hey, my brother, good. But he would not die with them. Talk to me about my daddy. I said, never would he die with them. Because my father said, saved man don't mix up with sin. Yes. Yes. Oh, I want to talk to somebody. My mother's first child was saved and made some mistake, and my father came home and said, Des, you can't sleep here tonight. Mom said, why? Because my father said, because I don't allow sinners to sleep in my house. Can I talk to somebody? Grown man. Papa said, sinners. Baptized he was. But if your life not straight, Papa said, because the angel have the Most High visit me every night. In fact, Papa said, because the angel live with me. It is, he said, it is the Most High that protect me. My father, his name was Jeremiah. He said, my name is Jeremiah. And he said, what do I do when the angel comes to the door and see your son? Can I tell him it's my wife's son? My father said, you can't sleep here. Mom said, so where is he going to sleep? Papa said, go with him. He said, I love you, my darling. It is your house. But if you choose your son, it is my house. My mother watched. My brother took up his little bike, walked through the door. And Papa said, I won't lose any sleep tonight. Over you. And he went and asked somebody to make him sleep in their own shop. And listen, Papa said, a matter of fact, don't move in again because you may repeat the same. We today are so conformed to the families. People who tell you that the name of the sovereign Yah is pagan and is wrong. And you kiss them like you're kissing Messiah and love them. You're so thin and so worn that you settle for nothing. Messiah said to the woman, but thank you very much. Messiah said to the woman, I know you mess up, but I am not going to judge you on your past. You always come with my father, seek to worship. And don't you believe that they didn't have a conversation. The woman said more than what you see in the scripture. She said, how are you going to choose me? By Torah standard. Any woman who has been used by another man once, she's not even permitted to have. She could go marry another man, but if that man dead, she's over with. And if it was her fault, then she's done with. She can't even marry. Messiah said, I didn't come to judge you on your past. I come to give you a future. Hallelujah. We don't understand God's will. The sounding of the shofar is the beginning of a new day. Cease the 10 days of hour, which means the 10 days of seeking him. 10 10 days apart. 10 days means a blessed period. Seek it. And Messiah said, if you just open your heart and receive what I said, because I'm not judging you on your past. I'm just telling you you cannot continue that way. He said, if you receive my word. Messiah says, today, salvation shall be given unto you. And while she stood there, something got into her. Some of us are already persuaded that the old style that we have is right. But yeah, he's going to change it. If we are to be absolute Torah babies and Torah warriors, Yah has to change what we used to be. And the way he changed it, he allowed her to accept that she begin to run and tell people. She said, come see him out. He told me, what? If I tell you your ways, you know what you said today? She said, come and see the only man that make me feel like in spite of my condition, there is hope. All the other men left her and never really did tell her the thought that she had, because she had a father. Anybody gonna leave you over and over and over and over again? But the seventh man that she thought she was going to have this relationship with, and because she was a Hebrew, she know what number 7 means. So while it was unusual and absolute strange for a Jew to talk to a Samaritan, she said, how is it that you are a Jew and you're talking to me, but you know she's not going to give up the chance? Because if we're going to have some sex, the other 6 are Samaritans. They don't want to stay, but 7 always work. Number 7 never failed. She had no idea that that was the day of salvation. She thought that was the day that she would be accepted. I am saying to you today, you're looking at this day like it's a day to just have the favor in your mouth. What she got was not the giving of water, but the receiving of salvation. She left the pot that she brought, because what you brought, she left what she's always walking with. There's no need. She left it. She was so full, so complete, that she forgot what she came for. And when she got back in the city, it's a good thing she dressed right. She was able to leave. She's not like some of us. You can't bend over. But she was able to leave. And she was able to shout, and she said, come see a man. They said, what's wrong with this mad woman? She done met somebody, had sex with last night, and now she wanted to talk. She said, follow me if you want to prove it. And her voice was loud and sound like a shofar. Her voice became the shofar. And it was probably in the period of the shofar. And when she sounded her voice, they could not understand how a woman of Samaria sounded like a shofar. And they began to follow her. And when they came, she said, come see a man. He told me. What are you going back to your neighborhood to say? What are you going back to your home? Are you going back to the same home to adapt to? Or you're going home with a shofar? Hallelujah. 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 Raise your hand and say hallelujah. Hallelujah. time for me to stop, but we're going to get just a little bit more. 20 minutes. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. This is the peace of Yahuwah. This is the peace of our Savior. A solemn peace of Yahuwah. Who can stand? Who can stand? Who can stand? Can we sing one more time? Help me now. This is the peace of Yahuwah. A solemn peace of Yahuwah. This is the peace of our Father. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. This is the peace of our Father. This is the peace of Yahuwah. This is the peace of our Savior. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. One more time. This is the peace of Yahuwah. A solemn peace of Yahuwah. This is the peace of our Father. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. One more time. Baruch Hashem. Say Baruch. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Turn to Numbers 10. And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe, saying, Make thee 2 trumpets of silver. Of a whole piece shalt thou make them, that they may use them for the calling of the assembly, for the journeying of the camp. And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to be at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. The first purpose of the Shofar is to call the assembly to order. Can you say hallelujah? Hallelujah. The first purpose of the Shofar is to call an assembly, or call the people into order. I don't know about you, but I heard the voice of Yahweh. I heard the Shofar. I heard the Shofar. The reason it said we must keep a memorial is that we must hammer it into the heads of our children. because they are the future of this earth. It says in verse 4, and if they blow but with one trumpet, then the princes which are heads of the thousands of Israel shall gather themselves unto thee. According to which we will provide this lesson. We will provide the very sound that must be made. That when it come on, when it said the princes shall gather, that means when you see the queen is marching, when they have this marching, but when the princes, it said that sound is when you're having this celebration. The princes are gathered. And for that sound, we learn how to blow the shofar with a blast called tikea. And when we blow the shofar with that blast, the crowd, the world domain, mean kingly or royal authority. And if thou blow with one trumpet, then the princes, the royalties, which are heads of the thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves. When he blow an alarm, then the camps that lie and the east part shall go forward. So, to blow with a blast, this is royalty. The care means royalty, to care. And when they blow the sound, if people were sitting, they would stand. Or people would stand at attention. Yah wants you at the first sound of the shofar to understand that you are in his presence. Today, this is the sound of the tikea. It means we recognize his presence. That's the first sign. Because it tells what is to happen. And he said in verse 5, but when it's an alarm, hallelujah, when it's an alarm, it must be blown differently. So I'm going to explain the second that I have here. I want you to see that. I am going to spread this paper for you later on so you can see this. But the second is like sharp breaking sound as something like this, and I'll give you the definition in a minute. Called the shivering, which means it's broken. Shivering means that's the shivering. Yah wants us to understand that at the blowing of the first, it's 9 short. Nine short blow called the shivering. It means he will answer the call according to the way his shofar is known. Let me go back again and explain. If they blow for royalty because they want Israel to know that they are gathered in the presence of Yahuwah, they must blow. Tequila. We need to conform ourselves to Yahweh. That when the tequila, when we hear an alarm, when you hear a sermon, you understand that the presence of the King, the sovereign Yahweh. When you hear the sound of the Shofar, which means broken, it signifies a period of repentance. I want to talk to you today. I want to talk to you. When the sound is broken, means time is given. 9 broken sounds mean time for repentance. Please understand that when the sound, we are in His presence. And when the shivering is when we hear the sound, it is time to repent. First, recognize where you are. Second, know that it's time to repent. So, verse 4 again. And if you blow to the key, please understand that you're in the presence of God. Verse 5. When you blow an alarm, then the camp that lie on the east part must know that it is war. And it's time to repent. Verse 6. When you blow an alarm the second time, then the camp that lie on the south side shall take their journey. They'll blow an alarm for their journey. So one alarm can trigger another alarm. This is all about warfare, kingdom people. Please understand that when the priest blows the alarm, you, if you're on the east side, please understand. Don't tear down. Don't refute what Yah is saying. Pick up your shofar and blow it as well. Because when I blow on this side, folks that are not on this side won't hear. What your job is to take your shofar and blow it that the others will hear. Because the enemies can advance from any side. That's why we blow the shofar in the 4 corners of the earth. Because if you blow it only in the north, and the war is coming from the south, the last tribe won't hear. And so that's why at the end of our service today, and even in this blowing of the shofar, we are going to blow it in the 4 corners of the earth. That Yah will hear our cry, because it is a time to repent. But when the congregation is to be gathered together, and he shall blow, but he shall not sound an alarm. And when the sons of Aaron and the priest shall blow with the trumpet, and they shall be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your congregation. So there is 4. And I want to, the third is an alarm. Like I said, that's the stoicheia. That's the third one. That is the one that wake people up. That is the one that wake people up. That is the trumpet, like Messiah said, when he said, that and a trumpet shall sound and shall wake up the dead. It means if you're on one side and the sound is not heard on the other side, that this sound will wake people up. It is a sharp sound. This is for the awakening of the being, of the soul. To cause spiritual awakening and awareness. Have you noticed that the first one is just to call an assembly and recognize the presence of God, and the second one is time for repentance. But this one is that time for anyone that is playing, for anyone that do not understand, because there are still sleeping people even after the shofar is blown. This is a time for the soul, the being, to be revived. A time for awakening. A time to come together in Yahweh. Hallelujah. This is a time I wish, well, I will be sharing the rest with you through the evening. That I think we need to get copies of these so that you could take home and that you could understand and that you could hear this. Because Yahweh wants us to know that in this last time, it is the last trumpet. The book of Revelation said, and I hear the third angel blow. There is such thing that we used to hear about called the third angel message. It means the third dawn, the time of awakening. When you hear Revelation say the third angel, it means the feast, the shofar blowing, the third angel's message. And that is why I speak to you today. In the voice of the third angel is the stakio. It is the one to awake you. It is the one to allow us to be afraid. It is the one to awake us and allow us to come into righteousness. Yah wants us to understand that He is our Son. He wants us to know that all the definition, the breakdown, here it said, when you shall blow an alarm, the camp, the land the east side shall go forward. It tells you what it's for. And when you blow an alarm, the second time, the camp that lie on the south side shall take their turn. They shall blow an alarm. Yah has been blowing. Yah is saying to you today, Beth-El. Yah is saying to those of you that are listening by YouTube or by Periscope. Yah is saying to everybody that Yah said that the kilo is blown, the alarm, whatever, Teruha is blown. All of the stakio, which means the sharp blasting sound, or the sound before that was blown, and we are not getting His word. We are not understanding His word. We are not, in other words, it doesn't matter how the shofar is blown, we are not abiding. I am letting you know today that we need to understand the sound of the blast. Understand the sound that it means repentance. Understand what it means wake somebody up. In this period that we now live, the scripture said, Sister Leah, we got to tell somebody, Sister Georgia, you got to tell somebody. Hallelujah. Deborah, you got to wake somebody because they may be on the south side. They may not hear. This is not time to just sit and go around. Miriam's days is over of creating confusion. This is a period of repentance. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. A shivering moment. Shivering. Hallelujah. Shivering, yes. Blow that we may understand who Yah is. This one is actually the second blow, so I didn't give it wrong. I'll break it down later on when I get excited. So the first one is the tekiah, is to blow in a royal mood. And the second one is the shavuot, which is to blow three sharp sound. That is to make people come to repentance. And the other one is the tekiah. It is the one that you have to help wake up somebody, which means if people don't get what you get, share it with them. All in all, the shofar is to bring awareness. So let's say today, you can absolutely process every single thing that I say to you. The shofar means to bring awareness and restoration and salvation. You know, you want to know the truth? I don't have to understand every single thing about the 4 ways in order to be saved. If I just understand how to repent, that's all that matters.
Hallelujah.
If I just understand how to submit myself to the will of Yah, that's all that matters. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yah said in verse 9, and if we go to war in the land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then he shall blow an alarm with the trumpet, and he shall be remembered before Yahweh your Elohim, and that you shall be saved from your enemies. Let me say this to you. Verse 8 again. And the sons of Aaron, The priest shall blow with the trumpet. They shall be to you for an ordinance forever. Throughout. That is why Joshua was able to tell the priest when they get to Jordan, let the priest. This is not a simple job. It's a priestly job. Aaron was able to say to the priest, let the priest take up the shofar. And when they blow the shofar, the scripture said by the time their foot touched the water dry. Some of us don't want to accept shofar, but you want Jordan to stop. Some of you don't want to accept the teaching of shofar today, but you want the wall of Jericho to break down. It is shofar that dry up Jordan. It's the sound. It is the sound of the shofar that make the wall of Jericho break down. And it's the sound of the shofar that will save people. So before we expect that Jordan River will dry up, understand, Yah said the priest, it shall be established forever. And if you go to war, if you want to win war, learn to blow the shofar. That's what Yah said. If you want to win war, learn to blow the shofar. Verse 10. Also in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginning of your months, you shall blow with the trumpet over your burnt offering, and over the sacrifices of your shalom offering, that they may be to you for a memorial before your sovereign Yah. I am Yahuwah, the sovereign of the whole earth. Please stand with me. Hallelujah. Minister, please come if you're going to blow the shofar. And I am going to declare at the end. I am going to declare at the end. I want you to take your time because 30, you will go out of breath, all right? Take your time. We are going to blow the shofar, and all of you that are here today, you know that last night we had an awesome time. We blow the shofar in the four corners of the earth, and I want to explain to you. When I was a Christian, I used to pray for myself, and I used to pray for my family, and I used to pray for the church, as we call it in those days. When I became a Hebrew Israelite, I learned that Israel is about a people. And so I never got on my knees again and just prayed for myself. I would always sanctify myself before Yah. Come on, Minister Ben, and come put your shofar on, and please come back and put your talit on, and come and stand over here. And I will say to you, ma'am, stand up for a minute. Go over the Minister Ben and go and stand with ma'am so she can stand over there. Hallelujah. Let's stand together. And I want to say this to everybody, that when I was a Christian, I prayed for myself. And I used to pray for the church, as we call it in those days. Becoming a Hebrew Israelite, tell me, and I've seen it all the time, never you pray for yourself without praying for Israel. Because it's about us. Not for your home. That's why many of us are stagnant, because we're praying for ourselves, our wives and our husbands, our children, and our home. But in every prayer that Moshe prayed, he prayed for Israel. As we blow the shofar today, we're blowing the shofar to call. It's an alarm. And we're saying today that we need Yah to hear us. There's an old song we used to sing, even as Christians, that if there's ever a time we need Yah, we surely need Him now. And I don't know how needy you are. To our friends in YouTube or Periscope or whatever medium that you're watching this service. If there is ever a time that we need Yah, We're going to blow the shofar. We're going to start in the west. That Yah would raise up his people that are dying in the earth. That he would bring back the last tribe of Israel. And he would redeem Israel. We're not going to blow in the south. We're going to blow in the east. We're finally going to blow in the north. That Yah will have mercy on his people. Because it's not just about us. It's about Israel. You will not say hallelujah until the end with me when I declare. You will say hallelujah with me at the end. Hallelujah. bracha over your life. Really, really quick. Run, 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 and run. Let me do this bracha over your life. Let me do this bracha over your life today. Scripture said that if you blow the shofar over your offering and over your life will never be the same. And I am going to ask today that you remember what God said to you in this place today. Hallelujah. 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 May Yahuwah cause his face to shine upon you, and may he give you shalom. The presence of Yahuwah surround you like a mighty cloud. Yahuwah sets his angels over you at all times to protect you from all evil. No evil shall come nigh thee. Barak shall you be when you go, and Barak shall be when you come. Barak you shall be in the city, and Barak you shall be in the field. Yah shall barak you in the fruits of your body, and all that you put your hand to, you shall be blessed. Shabbat shalom, Yisrael. Shabbat shalom, Yisrael. Shabbat shalom, Yisrael. The shofar of Yahuwah defend you and protect you. Yah hear your cry and defend you at all times. Shabbat shalom. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. May Yah barak you. Those of you that are watching by streaming today, may you be favored. Yah hear your cry. Every sickness is gone from your body today. You're healed, you're delivered. Hallelujah. You are a child of a king. Yah barak you. Please join us again at 3 p.m. That's about 3 hours from now. It's going to be 4 p.m. in the United States. 3 hours from now. Join us again as we come to you live from Beth-El Worldwide Assembly. Shabbat shalom. It's the place of trumpet. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.